Well, it's good to be today with LaNelle Godsey,
Yes.
and she's the Deputy Director.
Yes, Deputy Director of the Upper Cumberland Human Resource Agency, or UCHRA as the locals know us.
Well, thank you for sitting down today to visit with us, and we're here to talk a little bit about the government shutdown, which is much in the news here in day 36, I guess, and how that's impacting UCHRA and how that's impacting the people you serve here in the Upper Cumberland.
Yes, it is starting to affect that. Of course, we cover 14 counties here in the Upper Cumberland, and a lot of our programs are reaching out to low-income individuals. We also run the public transportation program. We have programs that work with justice-involved individuals, and also our Empower program that's trying to lift families out of poverty. But the department that I work closely with is called our Community Services Department. And in that department alone, we have 3 programs that have had funds suspended. The FY26 budgets have been suspended. And the first one was our Community Services Block Grant. And thank goodness we had a little bit of carryover left over from fiscal year 25. So we've got about 3.5, 4 months of operating funds to keep that program rolling. And that's the program that helps fund our 14 county offices. And they provide referrals, information, they assist folks filling out applications for other programs, and they're just there for resources and to help the folks. So, like I said, we have about 3.5 months worth of funding for that program. We also have our Social Services Block Grant, and those FY26 funds have also been suspended. Now, this program, it hit pretty hard because we have workers going into the home protecting referrals from in-home service, from the adult protective services. So we have ladies going in the home to work with folks that have been referred from adult protective services. So as of October the 31st, we had to lay off 6 individuals.
Adult protective services helping people who have had health issues?
So that is the APS program, and that's folks that have either been abused, neglected, or victims of some type of fraud. And they make referrals to us. And
seniors?
Yes, 60 and above. And then we can go into that home. We're the eyes and ears. We do some cooking, some cleaning, help them with resources, help them to apply for other programs that might meet their needs. Our whole goal of that program is to keep them in their homes and let them age there. So it was very difficult to find out that those funds had been suspended, and then we had to come in and let our employees know that we were going to have to lay them off. That we hoped it was a very short, temporary layoff, but without funds, we weren't going to be able to operate that program. Now, we were able to save 2 of the staff by having them work under other programs, but we did have to lay off 6 individuals that depend on this to live.
And is it your understanding or belief that they will ultimately be, are they laid off in a classic sense or furloughed pending a reopening?
So we will hire them, we will bring them back as soon as the government opens back up and those funds are unfrozen. So, but we did have to give them the separation notice, and we've encouraged them to apply for benefits and trying to see what they can do, trying to stay in touch with them and keep them up to date of where we are and what's going on.
So in this case, because they're your employees and not federal government employees, they won't get back pay.
No.
They're just furloughed and they are out of a job until you're able to bring them back.
Yes, they're out of a job until those FY26 funds from the Social Service Block Grant become available.
And the longer this goes on, I suppose the greater risk that they find other employment and never return.
Yes, and also these clients, these are some of the most vulnerable clients. So now we have no one, some of them don't have family that can help check. So we've got individuals that now have even less people checking on them that are very, very vulnerable.
That have already been the victim in most cases
of fraud, abuse, or some type of neglect.
That's very disheartening to hear.
It is. And we also have another program that FY26 funds are suspended, and that's our LIHEAP, it's our Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program. It's known by LIHEAP, and it just opened up November the 1st. And this is a big program. This is where folks can get assistance with their electric bills or wood bills or propane. And the start of the program started November the 1st, our biggest time of the year, and those 26 funds are frozen. We do have some FY25 funds that we're operating, but now our local offices, they're inundated with higher numbers of clients coming in, and then in the back of their mind, they're worried. Are we going to get funds for LIHEAP? Is CSBG going to open back up? Are we going to have a job?
So the I guess pain that people are feeling is very real and is happening now.
It is happening now. Food insecurity, of course, is starting to pop back up with the SNAP benefits being paused. So I know that here in Putnam County, our school district is working really close with all of us and all the partners to try to find ways to distribute food here in Putnam County. All of our offices are keeping lists of every church, every organization that disseminates food, and we're trying to get that in the hands through either social media or when folks call us or come into the office. We're trying to be good partners and trying to still provide as many resources as we can to help people get through this.
And how long would a shutdown have to last before it impacted the general administration of UCHRA?
I think 4 months, the CSBG, that Community Services Block Grant, at least for our department, because that really is a big portion of funding for the 14 county offices that we have. So if we lose one of the prongs of the funding for those county offices, we'll have some hard choices to make. We do have transportation that assists in the county offices and a couple of other programs, but CSBG and LIHEAP are very big funder sources for our frontline staff.
And right now, transportation is continuing?
Yes, we've heard nothing about transportation as of right now. Everything is continuing and running smoothly.
And that's because these are operated under grants that have been received and you're just fulfilling
Yes.
your obligations.
And that's how our Head Start, we've been hearing that some Head Starts have been affected. We also administer and work with the Van Buren Head Start, but we're seeing no negative effects to them right now. And I think that was in part to when our funding and our renewals are due. And so ours was that October date, so they seem to be okay right now with funding at our Head Start agency.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yes, very good about that.
But the bottom line is the suffering is real.
It is
And
real.
every day that particularly those seniors that you're providing assistance to that aren't receiving it right now, every day they go without that assistance is a day that something really catastrophic could happen to any of those individuals.
Absolutely. And I know the government's going to open back up, but it's going to take time, right? Even whenever it does open back up. And I think the administrative process is trying to get these programs restarted. Again, it'll take time, and that's just added to what folks are going to have to wait. We're just asking folks to be patient, contact us for resources, reach out to us. If there's anything that we can help with, we will. But I think emotionally, it's starting to get people down.